Oh my goodness.
Excuse me.
Sorry, our phones were still talking. But anyways,
Oh, there you have it, ladies and gentlemen.
we're back with another My Hero Academia anime episode review for you guys. I finally said it right today. Um, I almost said manga. I had to think about it for a second. I was like, wait, anime. And we are back with, I guess, the last episode of the first half of My Hero Academia because it isn't until July 13th, 2024 is when we come back with My Hero Academia, the anime for season 7. Um, and that is in 2 weeks. So there will be no new episode next week. The next episode will be the week after. So, yes. Listen,
Hmm.
um, I guess I don't, 1 week can't hurt, 1 week can't hurt, it's fine, it's fine. There's actually a lot to talk about this episode. Well, not a lot to talk about this episode, but a lot about My Hero Academia. I want to get this first off the bat. MHA, um, it was confirmed that the manga's run will be ending in 5 chapters. Well, as of now, 5 chapters, but technically it's gonna, after this next chapter releases, it will be 4 chapters left of MHA. I actually ended up doing a manga chapter review where I talked about the manga chapter that actually did come out this week. Now, albeit it is the unofficial translations, not the official ones, but I did actually do reviews of the previous 2 chapters before that, which were the official Viz Media translations. But MHA, I talk about it in that video, but I'll obviously talk about it here about MHA ending. It's sad that it's this great show or this great series is coming to an end. Listen, I'm gonna be honest. I said it in my video, in my manga video. You'll see it tomorrow. This guy to my left of the screen, he got me into this show. Jump Force obviously played a role in it as well.
Yeah. Jump Force did get me into other shonens. Yeah, just despite the mediocrity of the game, but it still got me into like the older shonen shows, even some of the newer ones, mostly the older ones. But yeah.
Yeah, and I made the mention of the fact that, at the time when I first started watching My Hero Academia, I was really only watching like Dragon Ball and Pokemon. Other than that, I wasn't watching any other anime.
Yeah, it was back then when I was actually trying to get Cameron to watch other anime. He was pretty stubborn at first, but
Yeah, and then I ended up watching My Hero Academia. At the time I started watching, the first 3 seasons were already like all completed, and the
mhm.
wait was for season 4 coming. And I binged through it, and then I remember calling this boy because at the time I was living in Connecticut for going out to college, and I literally call him. I'm like, dude, this show is great.
Hmm.
Like I told you.
Yep. Trust me, man. I'll never lead you into a bad anime.
So, and I said it in my manga chapter review. If not for My Hero Academia, shit, I don't know if I'd be talking about half the animes I talk about on my YouTube channel.
Hmm.
Like I wouldn't be talking about like Kaiju number 8. I wouldn't be talking about any of these other seasonal animes I like to watch and are intrigued. If I never would have watched Solo Leveling or all these other shows and things like that, if not for My Hero Academia opening my eyes to a bunch of new animes. Um,
Hmm.
and it's a sad ending. Horikoshi made a message talking about that he wants to end the series off in his own way. Um, he did meant to mention that there were bumps in the road, but at the end of the day, he wants to end his story the way he ended, and he's proud of telling the story about Deku and his friends. And listen, he ain't wrong. There are bumps in the road. Is every decision he made in MAJ perfect? No. You're gonna have your issues with certain story points.
That goes for every anime in general. Like, yes, the story is really good, but yeah, there's always going to be like a few nitpicks here and there that that kind of throws us off a bit. But hey, it's never enough to like throw us off of the anime completely.
Yes. Now, I won't spoil it, but there will be a controversial moment, maybe two controversial moments, maybe three, that maybe some people might have issue with, and that can be one of those few bumps, but it's only up to your interpretation. I won't go into details because that has yet to happen in the anime. But for my manga peeps, you know what I'm talking about in regards to this arc. But like, heck, you can even say with the anime in terms of some controversy stuff there, with how certain people feel about how Studio Bones handles the anime. The Blue Sky, or certain ways how they adapted My Villain Academia, are
I was literally scrolling through my Instagram feed, and then I saw someone post about Todoroki and Dobby's fights. Like they said this for some reason. I'm so glad they did this fight justice. If only they got rid of the blue sky. I was like,
the Blue Sky was like not even a freaking focus, and plus there was like flames around the entire
yeah,
battle.
yeah. Like I was like, are you serious, dude? Why? What? Well, I'm not following this guy. I'm not gonna call him out though, cause
Like the one time we didn't get blue skies was like last season in the back half of the season with the Dark Deku shit.
mhm.
No complaining right there. Now, I will say I kind of wish that they maybe did like an overcast setting instead of blue skies, but I'm not blowing up about it.
Hmm. I
Like
mean,
have clouds over the sky to show like, okay, this is like a dark thing, but who knows? Maybe that might happen later in the fight or later in these battles. Maybe you'll get that setting with Deku versus Shigaraki. Who knows?
hmm.
But yes, My Hero Academia, regardless, it holds a special place in my heart. Um, and it's a series that even when it ends with the anime, I'll always go back and rewatch the entire series again because it's just something that holds near and dear. And if anything, it's probably like if you're talking about like 2020s or or like 2010s animes, that's probably one of my favorites. You know, it's probably My Hero Academia.
Hmm.
Again, I don't, I'm more of the positive person where I like to look at the bright side of things when it comes to the series and I don't harp on the negative stuff. And I know I've made rant videos in the past in regards to people hating on MHA. I'm not saying MHA is perfect by any means, but I like to enjoy what I get. And if I'm being thoroughly enjoyed, then I'm not going to make any complaints. I'm not going to blow up like other people do. And obviously, everybody's entitled to their own opinion. If you don't like how something's handled, that's fine. I just think don't blow up too much about it. But MHA holds a special place in my heart. And it's going to be something that when it ends and it's gone, it's going to be sad because I won't be waking up on my Saturday mornings or my Sunday mornings to either read a chapter or watch an episode. And it's like, oh, on to the next, So I want to thank Horikoshi for writing the story, especially with his health declining in the later stages of his manga run. But he's determined to end the series the way he wants to end it, and we got technically 4 more chapters left of the series. So, yeah. Anything else you want to say about the ending and what MHA means to you? Especially coming from an anime's perspective, knowing like, okay, this is probably going to be it.
Well, I'm just I just want to thank the author for like giving us a character that I can definitely relate to. Like you know how he started out like a little wimpy, but he had a big heart, and he's always like pushing past his limits now. And yeah, I don't really know what to say, but yeah, MHA like it impacted me greatly. Like,
Yeah. And it also helps when it's literally a superhero show and he takes references from other superheroes, content. And I think if there's one thing that Horikoshi definitely got right, it was definitely the characters. The
mhm.
characters were something that stabilized this series. Like, let's be honest. We just talk. We'll talk a little bit about Endeavor in this episode, but like the Endeavor storyline, that probably is one of the top three storylines in the entire series, if
Yep.
not the number one storyline in the entire series, even more than Deku's storyline. I can't lie. Like that's like chef piece or chef's kiss masterpiece storytelling writing right there.
I won't deny that. I mean, Deku is the main character. I mean, and yeah, he didn't really have like a tragic backstory. He just like, didn't happen. He was born quirkless, and yeah, for the longest time he thought he couldn't be a hero, but all that changed since he met All Might.
Yep. Oh, that's our final thoughts about MHA ending. Put in the comment section your thoughts about MHA ending. As an anime only fan, what are your thoughts about the series now ending, and will you start to enjoy MHA a lot more now, knowing that the end is near? So yes. Now I don't know if this means season 7 is gonna be the last season. I would say it should be the last season. I think what's gonna happen is it might be just a bit, the season has 25 episodes. I don't know if it's gonna finish. Maybe they'll have like, we'll see how they end the season off. I don't know if they'll ever make a season 8, but honestly, at this point, season 7 probably should be like the biggest season where they have the most amount of episodes. Now, unless because it's like, well, then why make a season 8 when you're already in the end game content? So.
Didn't you also say something about a vigilante arc coming out soon, or?
Well, if they want to adapt the Vigilantes manga into an anime, they can. There hasn't been an anime picked up or a series. Maybe that will be like after the main series is over. Maybe they'll do a Vigilantes anime and be like, all right, sequel series to MHA. This just takes place in the past though. I would like to see it and watch it. Otherwise, I would probably have to go pick it up and read the manga. But I heard Vigilantes is good too, so we'll see. Anyways, we've spoken enough about MHA, its future, its ending, things like that. Let's get to this week's episode of MHA. We kind of get, well, one half of the episode is kind of everybody's hearing about Shoto's victory.
Yeah.
And then the back half of the episode, All for One versus the number 1 and number 2 hero, and Jiro and Tokuyami.
Well, not Jiro and Tokuyami yet, but yeah.
Well, somewhat, I guess you would say. Anyways, we pick up where we last off. Shoto ended up defeating Dabi, his brother, Toya. He's down for the count. Well, they kind of do hint that he might be, something's going on. Everybody, this gets broadcasted. All Might, he's basically crying. He's like, young Todoroki, you did it. You have overcome your demons. Which you can see why he gets emotional about it. Like, man literally had to fight his own damn brother.
Yeah, I know. It's not easy.
So yeah, Suka Uchi, he basically puts his arm on All Might, and he's like, listen, he's like, even with everything going crazy, with Deku being transported elsewhere, we actually got to win. We're good. We're actually doing great. This is a lot. The plan is working. And it's like, yeah, the plan is working. The plan is working. And then you get to the back of the episode, you're like, I don't know if the plan is working.
Yeah.
Now, other heroes see this and they get the reports. Well, first in the area, they're like, wait, Shoto Todoroki ended up beating the blue demon guy? Oh my god, we actually have a chance. And it's actually getting the heroes to get morale and get a confidence boost of like, okay, maybe they were like, I don't know if we'll be able to beat him, but we'll do what we can. But now after Todoroki, which funny enough, a high school student basically beat one of the biggest villains in the series, they're like, all the other heroes, the adult ones, were like, maybe we actually have a shot. Maybe we can do this. And then they start beating up all the other Nomus and things like that. You got freaking Ida. You have this one shot where Ida's running across this Nomu's arm and he kicks the shit out of it.
Yeah. Ida definitely got stronger.
Yes. And then we actually do have a moment between Todoroki and Ida. Care to tell us how that moment went?
Well, for some reason, Todoroki apologized to Ida, and like, Ida's like, what are you apologizing for? And well, he still Apparently, Dobby's still breathing, and something's glowing in his chest. I don't know what
Yes,
that.
yes, yes. Now, what do you think that potentially could be?
A second awakening? I don't know.
Now, the question is, now we do cut over to Spinner, and we see that All for One gave him a quirk. Now, do you think secretly All for One gave Dobby a quirk when he wasn't looking, and it might be a bomb or something?
Yes. Knowing all for one, yes, that's a definite possibility.
Well, that's very interesting. There could be problems. So it sounds like my friend's prediction last week might be coming true. Dobby might not be down for the count, and he might be taking a lot of people down with him. Potentially,
Yeah.
Shoto.
Potentially the ones that are like literally holding him right now.
Yes. The word about Shoto's defeat of Dobby spreads around everywhere, so we get cutted around everywhere. We actually cut over to this one area where we see Mina Ashido. Crap, I'm thinking of Kaiju number 8, damn it. Maneta's there, Mount Lady's there, Kirishima's there. Some Class B students are there too. I forgot to mention this actually 2 weeks ago. But so Mina's group is essentially Mina and Kirishima's group is blocking or protecting the area where Gigantomachia is at. Now we know how much damage Gigantomachia can create if he ends up waking up. So they're basically blocking the villains from trying to awaken him.
Mm-hmm.
We do also cut over to what Spinner said. I forgot what Spinner said. Now Spinner's group, what is his group trying to do?
Wait, what was he trying to do? I didn't.
Trying to get Kurikiri.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Because so then the heroes can't transport all over the place. Now cutting to Mina's group, we get a very interesting revelation on that aspect. Do you remember what that is?
Something about midnight, I assume.
Yes.
Yes, something about them jumping midnight.
So we get revealed the man who basically killed Midnight from his what he's basically admitting to.
Yeah.
And Mina sees this and she's like,
Yeah.
so it looks like Mina will be getting revenge.
Let's hope. I want to get revenge.
Yeah, the man's wearing like a gas mask. He's a gas mask villain and everything. So, yeah, you never thought that this would be the guy that killed Midnight, but she was ganged up on.
Mm-hmm.
So maybe we'll find out what his quirk is, and maybe it will reveal how he was able to kill Midnight. But we have to also remember, Midnight, she was also badly damaged before she died after the attack with Gigantomachia.
Mm-hmm.
So hopefully Mina can avenge Midnight's death. Also, hopefully that Gigantomachia doesn't wake up and she starts to have fears again, because we know she kind of has trauma.
Are you saying potentially Gigantomachia will escape again?
I don't know. Do you think he could? We know she got like a big trauma when it comes to Gigantomachia.
Yeah, but oh my god. Oh my god, you're teasing me right now.
Listen, I can't lie. I forgot this whole middle. I forgot like some of the middle parts of the fight. Like I only know like certain aspects of the middle portions, but it's like this stuff I somewhat forgot. I remember the guy that killed Midnight, which was the guy in the gas mask, but to be honest, I forgot what the hell even happens in this area of the battlefield.
I mean, even so, I don't think Gigantomachia is a very forgetful character when it comes to these kind of scenes.
Yeah. Well, I'm not going back and reading the chapters. Kirishima's there, so maybe we get a Kirishima X Mina moment.
Yes.
Because we know we ship those two together. They're like hand in hand.
Mm-hmm.
Just marry each other, damn it. They're meant for each other.
I mean, yeah. Those two actually go way back, if you remember correctly.
So, yes. Spinner's group. Um, President Mike actually tells the heroes on our end. We see Kota and Shoji. They're there, um, on the battlefield, and basically President Mike is like, "Hey, Shoto ended up defeating Dobby," and they're like, "Oh, okay." Now Spinner's there, and Spinner is looking a lot different.
Yeah, he's looking big and more like a monster.
How does he look like that?
I mean, we basically know the answer at this point. All for one, give him another quirk. We mentioned that earlier,
Yes.
and I don't. What exactly does that quirk do? Make him increase his body size and strength or something?
I'm guessing. He also seems more monsteristic, like he can't control himself.
Mm-hmm.
Because we see he kind of loses his shit after he's like, "No, Dobby's dead. Dobby's been defeated. No, not somebody with that huge, like, determination to get what he wants." And we know Spinner deeply cares about the League of Villains. Like, we know he deeply cares about his friends. Like, the League of Villains are his friends, right? Um, so you have to wonder what the hell is going on with this guy. And I think my friend's screen froze for quite a second. Oh, there you are.
Yeah. You also froze a bit.
Yeah, I was. Could you hear what I was saying?
Barely, but my connection is unstable again. What?
Anyway, I was just saying to the audience, that we know Spinner deeply cares about the other League of Villain members, and he gets very heated about that if they're in danger. And it feels like this quirk is obviously like making him go even more berserk with the news that Dobby has been defeated.
Mm-hmm.
Um, he tells the basically the other minions he's working under, he's like, we gotta go serve our purpose, we gotta go get Kurigiri, and we got to face those that oppresses us, which he's talking about, his type of people, basically heteromorphs, people that look like animals or something like that, basically aka racist. I guess the MHA world is racist to these people.
Yeah, apparently so.
Now it's an interesting topic to bring up at this point now.
Yeah, we know what's going on.
Now I will say, this is kind of one of the Horikoshi's bumps. I kind of wish he kind of dived a little bit more into this earlier in the series, maybe with like a potential Spinner backstory. Like we got some aspects of his backstory the past few seasons, but like really going in depth, or maybe there's like maybe an arc where Deku's helping out somebody of like a heteromorph that's being ostracized.
Then again, back then the my MHA wasn't as dark as it is right now.
Yeah, but I'm just saying, like it would definitely could help maybe bringing up like a tone about races, because let's be honest, in today's society, racism is a huge thing.
Shout out to the felon.
So, um, moving on. That whole aspect is going haywire. Then we cut to the Mountain Gunga area with the battle of All for One versus Endeavor and number 2 hero Hawks.
Mm-hmm.
And that fight is going quite well. Well, actually, no, not really.
Depends how you look at it, I guess.
So, number 1 in this fight, All for One is literally doing his manipulative tactics,
Mm-hmm.
and that's basically making Endeavor kind of lose focus. He obviously gets word about Dobby being defeated, and he quote unquote literally says, he's like, so how must it feel to see your son, your successor face up against your failure? But the successor ended up winning. Now, the funny thing is, Hawks is telling Endeavor, like, listen, dude, don't listen to this guy. He's trying to get you pissed off. He's trying to make you lose focus. But he's just antagonizing Endeavor with all of this Dobby stuff. Bringing up his past and everything. And he's just saying all these things let's be honest, it's breaking and shaking Endeavor up. Like, he's trying to put on a game face like it's not affecting him, but you can clearly tell. And even Hawk says in his own head, he's like, Endeavor is still not right in the head. You know, he still has not gotten over the reveal about Todoroki.
Mhm.
And he even says, like, if he was the one to fight Toya instead of Shoto, he wouldn't even be, he'd probably be dead. Because he wouldn't be able to even want to defend himself. This man is so broken by this incident. I'm not
Mhm.
trying to say it's karma or anything, but the man is having grade A PTSD.
He also did make a mention though, during the fight, like, what? Why am I mad at All For One? I'm the one who got myself into this mess in the first place,
Yes.
basically.
Now we also mentioned it last week, but All For One confirms to Endeavor. He's like, "Oh yeah, Endeavor, you remember how Dobby or Toy was found after burning?"
He's wrong for that. He's wrong for that.
Nah, listen, we talk about uncalled for shots. That was an uncalled for shot. He's like, basically, All For One confirms that he found Dobby's body and he took him. And
Hmm.
he just left his jawline there for Endeavor to find.
He's so wrong for that.
You know, see, here's the good thing though. At least they weren't playing that stupid All For One theme as he was saying that. Because if he was doing that, I would have been triggered. I would have been triggered. You know me, when it comes to that stupid opera theme of All For One, I get triggered when I hear that song. I'm just like, it makes me hear this guy even make me hate this guy more. But that was a low blow. He said that, and in a weird way, that kind of just got Endeavor to lose absolute focus.
Hmm.
Now, the plan to stop All For One here is basically they make a two-man team. They're trying to destroy his mask because basically that's his life support mask.
Hmm.
If that's broken, I'm guessing he's not on life support and he probably dies, or he's gasping for air or something.
Why do I feel like by the time they do that, it's not going to be that easy? Why do I have that feeling?
It was shown in anime. Of course, it can't be that easy.
Yeah, because I've seen this kind of scene so many times now, and I just feel like even if they do take off the mask, it's not going to be the end of it.
So he's antagonizing Endeavor. Also, too, he shows like his fingers, and you have like these weird different quirks on his fingers. You have one quirk which
Mhm.
had like this like monster looking face. I'm like, was it something out of like Kaiju number 8 or actually not Kaiju number 8? Something out of Jujutsu Kaisen.
Yeah, Mojito.
Yeah, something Mahito would use. That
Something.
motherfucker. Thank God he's dead.
Uh, mm, I'm glad he's dead. Yes, I just wish Yuji,
Kill was the one to kill him, not
yeah,
fake Ghetto.
Geto just absorbed him to just make things.
I hate fake. You know, fake Ghetto's starting to get on my damn nerves too.
Well, yeah, and you saw the face Mojito was making when he was getting his.
Don't remind me. Don't remind me. I need to go back and rewatch season 2 dub. Okay, stop with that shit. You know I hate Mahito, especially after he killed my girl Nobara.
Yeah.
Sorry for spoiling Jujutsu Kaisen, but I don't give a damn. That's how much we're going crazy. He has so one of his other fingers is like what we see blocking Endeavor's attack, like this weird like fire shield or whatever, but it's still Endeavor's still getting through it. You got like this one spike like finger, this one like wind slashing finger, and I forgot what the other one was. But he ends up attacking Endeavor and takes a good chunk of his side out. Albeit Hawks makes a mention at least he missed his lungs.
Mm-hmm.
So that's happening. Also, too, Hawks is not as fast as he used to be. He's actually using like artificial wings too. And Recovery Girl, you know, it ain't helping. Recovery Girl didn't do enough. So All For One, I was like, you're not moving as fast as you used to be, Hawks. You can thank Dobby for burning his feathers.
Yeah.
In the previous season. So, anyways, it looks like Hawks is gonna get attacked and get attacked with a hit that might probably kill his ass, to be honest. Albeit Endeavor's down on the ground. He's basically just a wreck. The man is just like broken. He's just like, I should be getting up fighting, but I'm just worried. Is Shoto okay? Is Toya okay? And he's like, I gotta stop thinking about it, but I gotta get up. Man is broken. He is broken. He is not in the best shape to be fighting. Right. I hate to say it, but do you think he might be a liability out there?
For now, yes.
Do you think this potentially could also get him at the chance of
Yes.
death?
Yes, judging from the preview of the next episode, judging it, yes.
Anyways, before Hawks ends up dying, who comes in to save the day?
Jiro and Tokoyami.
Yeah.
Not what I was expecting, but yes.
Yes, they are on the battlefield. You never would have thought Jiro and Tokoyami would be going up against All For One. You would think Deku would be doing this. But out of all the characters, Jiro and Tokoyami.
Well, Deku's out there still flying.
Yeah. Now Hawks is like, you need to get the hell out of here. I'm just like, Hawks, at this point, you ain't in no better position. You're gonna probably need to use them. Plus, you forced these kids to fight these battles anyways, so you got no choice but to help them. And eventually Hawks realized that.
Well then again, force is kind of a strong word. I mean, it's not like they had a choice in the matter, so if it's affecting the whole world.
Yeah, so basically it's like they were drafted.
Mm-hmm.
God help me. I do not want to be drafted to go to no damn military.
Well, yeah. Then again, even if they didn't bring the kids, they would get involved anyways.
True. Now, what is it now? It's funny because All For One, he's doing this stupid. This man, he's talking. He's like, well, in the comics, you would be called what you would say, fodder for the Demon Lord.
Ouch.
Basically calling them irrelevant.
Mm-hmm.
AKA, I talk about Dragon Ball. Basically, he's calling them, oh, you're the Yamchas. The Yamchas Tiens of the world.
Ouch.
Am I wrong? That's what the human characters literally are now. They're just, oh, if you're not saying, well, you're just you're just fodder. It used to be Krillin. You can used to include Piccolo and Gohan, but now they got their new forms, and now they actually up there with the gods.
Ish.
They are. Well, we don't know about Piccolo. Gohan.
Yeah, I don't know about Piccolo, but
Gohan,
maybe
we know he can take Ultra Instinct Goku.
Mm-hmm.
Piccolo, we need to see what he can do against Ultra Ego Vegeta and MUI Goku. So. They're the two exceptions. Also, add in Broly too. He's strong as well.
Mm-hmm. Very.
But anyways, he's antagonizing them, calling them extras, and I'm just like, this motherfucker reading comic books. He talking about shit that happened in the comics. I'm like, what type of comics do you talk? What type of comics does the Demon Lord win? That would be the number one question I'd be asking him. I'm like, what type of comics you read that the Demon Lord ended up winning? Unless he was reading Star Wars or some shit. Yeah, in episode 5, the Empire won, but then they came back in episode 6 and they lost. He must have not finished the last volume or something. I don't know. He must have read the volume where the bad guys do win, but then he didn't read the next volume where the good guys ended up winning.
Well, yeah.
Anyways, to end off the video, he's antagonizing them. He's firing off these attacks. He fires this one attack. He fires off the freaking chomping thing that looks out of Jujutsu Kaisen. If it was not for Hawks' feathers moving Jiro out the way, she's dead.
Mm-hmm.
And then Jiro starts shaking, and she's like, oh shit. So this is what Deku and Ayama was going through. Fuck. Actually, speaking of Ayama, in the Todoroki area, they mentioned the fact, like, oh, thank God this bad guy named Kunita is not here. Ayama and Fat Gum are going up against the same villain called Kunita, and he got like some sort of plant quirks, and he like, oh, if not for the last guy Deku beat, or well, Class 1A beat when they found Dark Deku, he would have been the next guy to go up against Deku. That would have been the next assassin.
Mm-hmm.
And if Deku had somehow gotten past that guy, which he wouldn't have got past the one guy who was controlling the other civilians, Deku would have had to fight against Kunita. Now we don't know what Kunita can do other than plant abilities, but Fat Gum and Ayama are fighting him, and he's basically All For One's right hand assassin. So there's that. There is that. Okay? So ending off. What happens is she's shaking. He ends up firing a point blank attack that luckily they get out the way somewhat due to Hawks, but they still take massive damage.
Mm-hmm.
Jiro's ear is completely blown off. Well, one of her earphone jacks got blown off, and she's bleeding profusely from the ear. And the episode basically ends off with All For One saying, like, you thought you had your chance, but listen, it's game over. You can't defeat a demon lord like me. And basically, the episode ends off 2-week break, or 1-week break.
Mm-hmm.
And that's where we get left off for part 1. So great episode. So we're definitely gonna see what happens next. It looks like Endeavor's gonna get maybe. So it looks like his sacrificial moment.
It sure looks like that. It definitely looks like that.
So we'll see. We will see. But another great episode of My Hero Academia. As much as the haters would love to friggin' just debate and be like, I don't like My Hero because of this shit. Keep hating. Keep hating.
Bravo, well said. And hopefully I'll be able to do the laundry before we leave.
Yes, we're going to the Angels game later today, sadly.
Mm-hmm.
He'll get his Kathy's cookies. I'll get my jersey. And hopefully the Angels win.
How many times has this guy mentioned Kathy's cookies to me now?
You're the one that wants Kathy's cookies so much. That's why you're going.
That doesn't mean you have to mention it every 10 seconds.
Anyways. Any other final thoughts? Because we only got 2 more minutes left.
2 words. Kathy's cookies. Anyways.
I'll catch you guys in the next video. If you guys like the video, leave a like. Put in the comment section your thoughts. Hit the subscribe button not only to my channel, but my co-host channel. I'll leave the link in the description below. Look forward to tomorrow's manga chapter review. And I guess further in-depth thoughts on my end about My Hero Academia ending and things like that. So, yeah. Check it out. I'll try to get a Resident Evil 2 video up sometime this weekend or maybe this week. And things like that. So, yeah. Anyways, catch you guys in the next video. Till then, guys, stay safe out there. And peace. Also, look out for a video. We will be reacting to the next season's anime and doing somewhat review of this past season. So yeah, that is it. Anyways, we're gonna get out of here. Catch you guys in this video. Till then, guys, peace.